Okay, testing mic. Can everyone hear me? Okay, great. Alright, how are you guys? Is my screen visible as well? Okay. Good. Alright, so today is August 22nd and we are going over the pro trading strategy, the basics, the absolute basics of getting to know the pro trading strategy. We're talking about exhaustion candles, pivot points, and false exhaustion candles. Okay, I'm going to go over these three concepts today. Okay, so let me, by the way, I'm recording this on my own, so there will be, this recording will be available on YouTube, and there's going to be no more lags and stuff. Alright, so let's take a look. Perfect timing, I'm exhausted too. Okay, let me shrink the screen here so I can see your texts if you type. Okay, we have a pretty decent attendance. We have like 57 people and counting as of right now. And let's take a look. For those of you who are, how many of you guys are actually from my conference room who are already here? Are all of you guys here or just some of you? I saw Pip Surf earlier. Chris, hey, how are you? Nathan, Tommy, James. Okay, and Mohammed. Okay, so all of you guys are here pretty much. Okay, so yeah, the level really holded, actually, that level that we wanted an exit for. Perry, welcome back. Okay, so let's get started here. Now, let me remove all the stuff out of my screen, and I'm plotting pivot points. For those of you who do not know where to get these pivot points, go to urbanforex.com. Let me show you here. When you go to urbanforex.com, you click on Forex Strategies. Okay, whenever that loads, just a second. You go down to Pro Trading Strategy, you click on that. And with all the videos and the recaps and everything, if you need help how to install the indicator, there's a video tutorial here as well. And then below all of that is your zip file for your pivot to install it. Okay, so now, so you can get it there. Now, first things first. Now, let me delete this. Okay, we trade on the 1 hour time frames, and we trade pretty much 7 different pairs. Okay, the pairs are Euro USD, Pound Dollar, US Dollar CAD, US Dollar Swiss Franc, Aussie Dollar, New Zealand Dollar, Euro Yen, and we have gold as a reference. We don't trade gold, but gold is there as a reference. Okay? Alright, now, on most of our pairs, what we actually look for are things called exhaustion candles. Okay? What is an exhaustion candle? Let me point one out to you, and then we'll discuss it. Okay. There we go. This right here is what we call an exhaustion candle. Has a small body on one side of the candle and a very large tail, a tail that sticks out. You can notice it from a distance. Take a look at the previous candles. They're not so big compared to this candle. Okay, an exhaustion candle should have a couple things that that make a difference. One, it should be coming from a trend. Okay, in this case, it's in a downtrend. Two, the body, the open and the close, it should be within the entire previous candle Okay, the high and the low of the last candle, not within the body of the last one, but within the high and the low. Okay, and 3, the tail must stick out. Okay, the tail should be big enough, it should stick out, there should be some open space on the left of it. Okay, and also 4, not doesn't it's not so strong, but your previous candle should not be bigger than your exhaustion candle. If that's the case, then the strength is way too strong, and the exhaustion candle just might not work. Okay, now let's take a look at some more examples, and then I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to do some quiz exhaustions, and then you guys can tell me yes or no if it's an exhaustion or not. Okay, another exhaustion here. Okay, comes down from a trend. The body is within the previous candle. The tail nicely sticks out. It's a very large tail. You can see it, and it's bigger than the previous candle as well. Okay. Okay. These exhaustion candles, basically, what they do is they indicate a reversal in the market. Whatever trend you're in, and the moment an exhaustion comes up, the market changes direction. Okay, it wastes no time whatsoever to change directions, and it changes almost very quickly. Okay, now let's move back further. Okay, take a look at this one. Okay, is this an exhaustion? Based on what I've just told you guys, is this an exhaustion? No. Why? Okay, good. Previous candle too big. Okay, Zeke, it is actually within the previous candle. You can see the open and the close. It should be within this piece, within the entire previous candle. See, it is inside there. Okay. Yeah, entire, not body. Okay, so let's move on. Is this an exhaustion candle? Okay, let me make this a little bit easier. Okay. Okay, so moving on forward. Okay, now what about this one? So why do you guys say no for this one? Big tail, big body to tail ratio. Okay, very good, very good. James, yeah. Now take a look at that tail. The tail's not that big, and the body is huge. Even though it worked out, it doesn't mean anything. Okay, stick to the strictness of an exhaustion candle. The reason why you need to be so strict with exhaustion candles is because an exhaustion candle actually goes against the trend, and you need to be very careful when you go against the trend. You know, always remember that, because the saying goes, the trend is your friend, and when you get an exhaustion, you're going against the trend. You're turning around suddenly, so you have to be very certain the trend is going to turn around. Okay, is this an exhaustion? Okay. We have mixed results here. Body too small, but yes. Okay, Tommy says, I'm confused. Normally it's considered as a doji. A doji, basically what a doji is when you, let me see if I can find you a doji. Doji is something similar to this, where you have the open and close pretty much at the same place, with the tail on top and tail on bottom. In this particular scenario, you have a tail on one side. Zeke, yes, doji is more like a cross, or a plus sign if you want to call it. Okay. All right, now let's move further back. Exhaustion? Yes or no? Okay, and why so? Why is this not an exhaustion? I see some of you guys are saying yes, yes, yes. Some of you guys are saying no. There's a 50% poll. Almost half of you guys are still saying yes, half of you guys are saying no. Okay, what are the rules? What are the rules? Remember this. Remember these 4 rules. It must come from a trend. Rule number 1. Okay, is this coming from a trend? No. This is in an uptrend, and then your exhaustion is also telling you it wants to go up. Okay? When you have an exhaustion candle, basically you have to put your arrow on the body and it tells you which direction it wants to go. Okay? So it's not really an exhaustion. Now, next thing, so first of all, it's not in a trend. 2, is the tail visible? Yes, the tail is visible. 3, sorry. The third thing, is the candle bigger than the previous candle? Yes. And finally, the 4th step is did the body close within the previous candle? No. In this particular case, it didn't. It didn't close within the previous candle. Second thing, take a look at how big the body is and look at the tail on the other side. Look how big that is. Okay, even though we have a big tail on the bottom, but there's a big tail on top as well. That means indecision. When you have decent sized tails on both sides, it means indecision. Okay, so that would be a no for the exhaustion. Is this an exhaustion? Okay, obviously not from the result. Don't look at the results. You'll be surprised how much money that can be made in just that little movement right there. We'll get into that detail later. Right now we're just focusing on proper exhaustions. Half of you guys say yes, half of you guys say no. Okay, this is an exhaustion. What are the rules? Is it coming in from a trend? Yeah, if you take a look, it's in a downtrend. It's in an immediate downtrend. There's a high, a lower high, a lower high, and then another lower high. It's in a downtrend. Second of all, does the tail stick out? Yes, it's quite a large tail compared to the previous candle. Okay? Now, next thing, is the body within the previous candle? Also, yes. So all these factors are true, making this a proper exhaustion. Okay? Alright, how about this one? Is this an exhaustion? Okay, you guys are getting more and more clear with this. Okay, what about the one right next to it? Is that an exhaustion? Okay, we're getting mixed results now. The numbers are just going up and down. Is this particular one an exhaustion, the one we are looking at right now, this one? Okay, now remember, the body is too big, okay? First of all, look at the size of the body versus the size of the tail. So right there, it's a no. Second thing, did the body close within the previous candle? No. Okay, do not focus on what you see after that, okay? Because you really don't see the future when you're actually trading. But you're seeing it now, that's why you're deciding yes or no. But try not to look at the future, anything past this candle. Just look at this candle itself and you tell me what it is. Okay, so in this particular case, no. Also not an exhaustion. Just a second, please. Hello? Hey, I'm doing a seminar. Can I call you back in like 20 minutes? Alright, cool. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, now let's go back. Exhaustion. Okay. No, no, no. How about this one? Exhaustion. Stick to the rules. Stop looking at the candle next to it and seeing that it fell, so it's an exhaustion. You cannot see this in the future. What are the rules? Everything in this blue area you did not see. You cannot look into the future. When this candle shows up, do you know if it's an exhaustion or not? Okay, body is not inside the previous candle. There you go. It's an invalid exhaustion. Leave it alone. Okay, moving further. Exhaustion, yes or no? This one. Anything in the blue you've never seen. Okay. We're crossing over to the yes. Okay, good, 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 good. Yes. This is an exhaustion because even though all these candles are quite big, the candle right before the exhaustion is the one that what matters, not anything else. The rest we can just look at for a trend. Okay? Now, okay, so we got our exhaustions down. Okay, everybody is getting familiar with exhaustions. One last one. Exhaustion, yes or no? Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, yeah, this is pretty much a perfect exhaustion. It looks very beautiful. All right. Now, we have our exhaustions down. Now, one more pattern we want to recognize is an upside down exhaustion. Okay, what is an upside down exhaustion? So let's take a look. Okay, when it comes to an upside down exhaustion, it doesn't have to be in those four criterias. Okay, This right here is an upside down exhaustion. It's not telling you the trend is going to reverse. An upside down exhaustion actually tells you it's a trend continuation. Remember, if you put the arrow on the body, it tells you which way the market wants to go. Okay? Now, so you move on for actually right here. Okay? This right here, trend continuation pattern. The tail must be slightly bigger. Okay? The tail to body ratio is too bad. So this is a bad trend continuation pattern. Okay? Check out this one. The tail to body ratio. Almost identical. Okay? Hassan, does that make sense? This is the reason why. Slightly bigger than the body or almost just like the body. Okay? So, basically, whenever you have doubt of the exhaustion candle, don't trade it. Okay, rule of thumb. If you have doubt, don't touch it. Okay, even if you are uncertain for by 0.5%, don't touch it. Leave it alone. Wait for the next one. Okay, what about this one? Trend continuation? Yes or no? Tricky, yeah? We're getting mixed results again. Okay, we're going to do this for another 3 or 4 more minutes to go for upside down exhaustions. We're going to cover false exhaustions, and then we're going to go head on into pivot points and then put them all together. Okay. All right. This is a trend continuation pattern. Yes, that is a yes. Okay, market's going upwards. It tried to go down, but it closed back up near its open, giving you this indication that it wants to go long. Okay, and all the criteria is matched. It comes from a trend, but it's going in the same direction of the trend continuation pattern. Tail is bigger than the body as well. It's quite clear. You're good to go for a long. Okay, market continues. All right, now pop quiz. Exhaustion, yes or no? This one. Okay, what is the main reason this is not an exhaustion? There you go, Phil. Phil's got it. Smaller than the previous candle. Look at the size of this last sucker here. It's humongous. This little thing has no chance. Okay, it cannot stand against it. It has no chance. Okay? Alright, so all that said and done. Now let's get into the good stuff. How do we make money from this? That's what it all comes down to, right? How do you make money from all this? Okay, let's take a look. Now, whenever you trade, okay, rule of Naveen's thumb, remember that. Whenever you trade, plot your pivots. And when you plot your pivots, make sure you have this pivot indicator, which I told you where to get on Urban Forex. The reason why I say this particular indicator, I didn't design it or anything. Somebody designed it. But what this indicator does is every day it plots the pivot points for you, and it leaves them automatically there. It doesn't adjust or anything. It just leaves them there for you to see. Now, why is this beneficial? Whenever you're trading and you're looking at your pivot points, always make sure you have 3 days worth of data. How many days? 3 days. Okay? Now, let me remove this here. Alright. This being current day, this being the previous day, and this being the day before. Okay? Everything works in harmony. Okay, now let me show you an example of why we use 3 days. Now let's move back to, for example, let's say this is the current day. Okay, let's scroll back a little bit so you guys can see it clearly. Oh, okay, let me just redo that. This is current day, this is yesterday, and this is the business day before. Okay, now market goes up, down, up, comes down, and boom, it never makes it to S1. Why? Why does it halt here? Okay, when you use your 3 days worth of pivots, use the one that's closest to the current market. So from 3 days ago, this line is coming in, and you can see pinpoints, it grabs the market. Yesterday, same thing. It never made it to S1, but it turned around from here. Okay, this happens all the time. Okay, always look at 3 days worth of pivots. Okay, you can practice this, you can go through any of your charts on your spare time. I just wanted to show you this rule of thumb. Okay, now putting this knowledge together with your exhaustions. Okay, you want to look for an exhaustion that forms around these pivot lines telling you it wants to go in your favor. Okay, so let's look at those same exhaustions that you guys said yes and no to me for. Let's look for them. Where were they? Okay, did we agree that this was an exhaustion? Yes, yes, okay. Okay, so everyone agreed that this was an exhaustion. So how do you use these 3 days pivots to your favor? The exhaustion candle forms, the next candle opens up. It's first of all, it's bouncing off of how many supports? It's bouncing off of today's S2, it's bouncing off of yesterday's S1, it's bouncing also off of 3 days ago over here. You can see the body is closed right above it. Okay, so next candle opens up, you're gonna buy. What is the nearest pivot line on the way? All the way up here, right? Nothing else comes first, all the way up here. This right here is what we call the guaranteed zone of profit. Hook or crook, this, you get this money all the time. It will always touch this level when you buy. Okay, let me show you guys another example. Let's go back to the other exhaustions you guys agreed on. Exhaustion here, agreed? Okay, Bartek, Naveen, what if an exhaustion candle bouncing off of a pivot or two and stopping just before another pivot? Do we enter? Bartek, no. In that scenario, you do not enter. Okay, so we agreed that this was an exhaustion. So what happens now? Okay, you do the same thing. First of all, this exhaustion is bouncing off of S1 and S2. Excellent. It's telling us it's bouncing off of support. It's getting ready to turn around. Okay, what is the nearest resistance in the last 3 days? Their closest thing is nothing for today, but yesterday. This is the absolute nearest thing. From here, you're opening up the next candle all the way up till this yellow line. Your 27 pips of profit is your guaranteed profit zone. You will get that profit. Okay, is everyone with me so far? Everyone understands this concept of the guaranteed profit zone? Okay, Bartek says, what if the first pivot is just a few pips away from an entry point on few charts? Do we wait until the next one if the pairs have more space? Yes, if it's only a few pips away, don't trade it. Okay, it's not worth it. You're giving your broker just spreads. Okay. Okay, Phil. It's the only way. I use the word guarantee because it's the only way to have people actually try it. Okay, I really for me, it really doesn't matter how many people actually tell me in the webinar, nice webinar, this and that. I really enjoy it more when actually people try it, come back and say, that was awesome. Okay, so try it for yourselves, try it out, and then and let me know. Okay, Phil 2 says, if profit from close of exhaustion candle or touch of support. Okay. I don't think I understood that question, but okay. Now let's move on. Let's move on. We're short on time here, but let's move on. I'll get to the questions towards the end. Yeah, I'll save maybe 10-15 minutes for you guys, and I'll give you as many questions as you like. Okay. Now let me teach you guys another thing, something called correlation. How many of you guys know what correlation is? And actually, how many of you guys do not know what is correlation? Excuse me. Okay, yes. Anyone new who does not know what is correlation? Thank you. Richard, yes. There are many other pairs that correlate also from our pairs. That we can go into much more correlation than our 7 pairs and actually really bag in a lot of pips. But if you have the 7 pairs wrong, you can also add in a lot of negative pips. So first is get used to 7 pairs, get comfortable with the amount of numbers fluctuating in front of your eyes, and then work towards working with bigger pairs, because then you're playing with bigger numbers, like 500 pips at a time. Can you handle a movement of 500 pips negative? Okay, right now you probably play with 100, 200, but when you go with up to 500, it can scare somebody. Okay, so how do you check correlation? What is correlation? Let me explain to you guys. Okay, let me explain it the easy way. There's a website from Oanda. I go to Google, I type Oanda currency correlation. I click on the first link, which says currency correlation from Oanda. Okay. I click on heat map, and I can select any currency I want. For example, if I want to see Euro USD, which pairs correlate with Euro USD? Okay. Anything that is dark red, not just from one time, for the majority of the column, if it's dark red, it means it correlates with the euro dollar. So it means if it's red, it goes in the same direction. If it's blue, it goes in the opposite direction. So euro USD, euro yen together, but Swiss franc opposite. Let's take a look. Let's actually put this in play. That's current day. Okay, if you take a look at yesterday, euro USD skyrocket rising. Okay, euro yen yesterday skyrocket rising. Okay, and then we look at Swiss franc at yesterday. Same thing, but in the opposite direction. Okay, so this is what we call correlation. You need to understand the concept of correlation. Okay, and this will tell you what pairs correlate and what not. Okay, and I use 7 pairs, and I told you guys in the beginning, you guys can watch it on the video again later, which pairs it is. Now, what do we need to do? Now, this is the first trade that we saw, right? We saw an exhaustion, we saw it bouncing off of a support or resistance, and the market's now continuing, and you know that from here to here you have guaranteed profit of 14 pips. How many of you guys are happy with 14 pips? Okay. Dominic says better than none. Okay, that is a good way to look at it. If you guys are happy with 14 pips, even if it's guaranteed, you guys are over leveraging. Okay? It's simple as that. The moment a small amount of pips makes you happy, that means you are over leveraging. Means you are using too much leverage. And too much lot sizes. Okay, so how do we use this analysis and make the most out of this? Now, what day is this? This is I'm sorry, 15th August, and at 1700 on my screen. Let's go to pound, which correlates. Okay. August 17th, was it 17? What day is that? I forgot. 15th at 1700, I think it was. Yeah, on 15th, 1700. Let's go to the 15th at 1700. Okay. All right. Okay. An exhaustion lookalike, not an exhaustion. Okay. But we know it's going to go long. Okay, the next candle opened up, it went this long. This is probably the same amount of distance that Euro USD would have given you to hit its target. Okay, if you take a look at Swiss franc, the one that goes opposite on the 15th of August at the same time frame. By the way, your pivots might vary slightly from mine, so if you guys want the exact same ones, you can always go to fxpro.com and download their MetaTrader, and you can use it from there. Okay, take a look. Do you see an exhaustion here as well? Same time, yeah? 1700, same time. Exhaustion, bouncing off of pivots. Next candle opens, boom. Touches your guaranteed profits much later, but it does touch. Okay. If you add all of these things together, because you know correlations, which pairs go together and which pairs go opposite, you can add in quite a bit of pips. Just confirm that not just one pair has exhaustion, but there are at least 2 or 3 pairs that give you exhaustions. Okay. Jordan, will you hold that trade for that long? I personally will not. Okay, I would probably take my profit around here somewhere in the next 2 or 3 hours. Okay, Dominic, best time frame for this or anything, in fact, 1 hour. 1 hour. For private investors, 1 hour is the best time frame. It helps psychologically, it helps with trading, and it helps with keep out the fundamental nonsense. Okay. Bartek, should we exit all the transactions if 1 or 2 get to the next pivot line? Yes. You enter them all together, you exit them all together. Never treat them separately. Okay? So when you do something like this, what it actually does is most pairs will actually go very quickly in your favor, and the other pairs will be lagging behind. 1 or 2 might even be negative. But overall, you'll be in profit, and probably a far more bigger profit and safer than when you were to take one pair by itself. Okay? Everyone understand the concept so far of using exhaustions combined with pivot points and knowing your exits. Sorry. Okay. Now we have 15 minutes to go. Let's take examples from various different candle types, and we get to check them out on different currency pairs, and we get to see from there. Okay. Great. A quick question, please, Naveen. Is $100 too low to trade with? If you're trading micro lots, it's not. It's always good to start somewhere. Okay, this Monday, would you enter bot trades? I made 152 pips. Thank you, appreciate. Wait, Phil. Sorry, I just saw your question. Stops. Okay. Now, in terms of stops, we use also the pivot lines. Here's the reason why. Now, how do we exit? Do we exit one pair at a time? No, right? This is the reason why we cannot have exits, because we don't exit one pair at a time. Same reason goes for stops. We cannot play stops because one pair might touch it while the others do not. Okay? The only way to understand where you're exiting out your trades is once the market actually goes to the other side of your pivot line and closes there. If that happens in one or two pairs, exit out the entire batch, close out everything. That's when you know you want to exit into a loss. Okay? It's almost very, very rare that an exhaustion will not work. As long as all the criteria are met, an exhaustion, I would say above 90% of the time, work. Okay? Zeki, how to do batch order. You can go to urbanforex.com. There is a blog post saying, I forgot the name of the blog post. I'm sorry. It's called batch order script or something. You'll find it, or just come to urbanforex.com in the chat room and people will help you find it. They're very friendly there. Okay, now let's take a look at trend continuation patterns. Okay. Let me go further back. Okay, it's not going further back. Okay, let's pick a different pair so I can show you. Let's clean this up. Okay. Tell me this, is this a good trade? Yes or no? You're saying, can you not show today live? Actually, there was an exhaustion today that we took. You can go to forexwatchers.com / I'm sorry, youtube.com / forexwatchers. There's a video of us doing it today. Okay. Okay, no, good. So that's correct. This is not a valid trade. Even though it looks perfect, it's not valid. Okay, moving further back, let's take a look. I want to find you guys a trend continuation pattern. And don't get me wrong, you will find them often. Okay, I'll have to find them and get screenshots for you guys for that. Okay, Naveen, are you only giving out pro strategy on Forex Watchers for trade signals? Skip, no. Pros trading strategy is for urban forex. At Forex Watchers, we do a little bit more advanced things over there. We play with the forecast. We go more into the advanced techniques of pro trading strategy, where we look at candle by candle and all of that stuff. So, oh, by the way, those of you who are really trying to get into the conference room, make sure you guys join the waiting list, because next week's the promotions begin, and the moment the rooms are full, it will close. I'm telling you. I'm only going to be doing these conference rooms for another 6 months or so. So get your access as fast as you can, because the discount is like 50% off on the promotions next week. So if you and here is the waiting list email. I'm sorry, address. So yeah, we're trying to fill up the room, and once it's full, it's full. It's done. Okay, now so let's take a look at some pairs here. Okay, now one other thing there's one more candle pattern that I wanted to explain to you guys, which we call a false exhaustion. Okay, really use the link that I just gave you guys slightly above. Okay, Walter, okay, those of you who used the early bird, who got the early bird emails, basically that's a coupon code that you need to use on a specific time on Monday. There's a subscribe button you can go to, and it will give you a place where you can enter your coupon before you check out. And if you enter that in, you'll get like 50% off or 40% off, depending on if you don't make it in that 1 hour for as an early bird, then you are eligible for like 40% in the sale period. Okay, so the early birds have first come, first serve. All right, now let's move on here. Now, I'm going to find you guys a pattern which we call a false exhaustion. This right here is what we call a false exhaustion. Okay, any ideas why? Why is this something that we call a false exhaustion? Forex boy, are you going to stop doing free seminars like these? No, not at all. The education continues. It will never stop. I will continue to teach you guys as much as I can in terms of education. But sitting and trading with me, it's something that something we do at Forex Watchers, and apparently can't really do that with Urban Forex. But we got to keep Urban Forex alive, right? So that's where the money comes from at Forex Watchers. Okay, so here we go. Body to tail ratio doesn't meet criteria. Closing not within previous candle. Okay, yes. When you have a body almost as big as a tail and it doesn't go within the 4 pieces of criteria, this is what we call a false exhaustion. That gives you a trend continuation pattern. It tells you the market's actually going to go long rather than turning around. Okay. Jake, there's no problem at all. You're very welcome. Okay. Robert, it's not Forex Watchers is not a signal service, but we do talk about entries and exit. Take a look at the video. There's a video that I gave out. I think it's youtube.com. Sorry. Forex Watchers. Okay, enough promotion talk. We need to focus on this and get this done for you guys. All right, now if we take a look at let's take a look. Let me see if I can find you one more example, and then we can quiz you guys on what is a false exhaustion, because I know this is a very big concern for a lot of you guys. Mark Sanders, so is it safe to say that a false exhaustion is really a trend continuation indicator? Usually, yes. But when you consider it as a trend continuation, do not expect it to go too far. Okay? I'll explain why once we get an example. Okay, this one is not valid. The body is too small. We need one that has a decent sized body, a decent sized tail. That is a trend continuation. Naveen, what do you think may happen to Euro USD current candle? Okay, let's take a look. 1 second here. Euro USD current candle, temporarily short and then long. Let me take a look at the other pairs if you guys want the current analysis. 1 second here. All right, take a look at this pattern here. Keep an eye on this one. A mini little exhaustion. Okay, next thing. Support line. Okay, it's closing below it as well. So are we clear for a landing? Maybe. Let's take a look at the other pairs. US dollar CAD trying to go long, so it is correlating with pound. Okay, good. US dollar Swiss franc. Okay, it is also trying to go long, and if it does go long and it closes the way it is, we have the nearest resistance over here. Okay, Aussie dollar, indications for a short. Very nice. Also closing below a support area soon. New Zealand dollar, indications also for a short with support right over here. I think that is a pivot line. Let me, there you go. Okay, enough space to go down. So why don't we take this, all of our education, what we've just learned, and use it. Okay, take a look at Euro Yen. Okay, Euro Yen, on the other hand, it said it's indecision here. We don't know if it wants to go long or short. We can't really see, right? And then we can use gold just to check. Gold usually correlates with Euro USD. Not really clear as well. Okay, so the only pairs that are telling us are Euro dollar, pound. Well, pound is not even confirming now. So in the next 5 minutes, if pound actually closes below this and quite sharply, then it is pretty much safe to say to enter all these pairs into a short until your next support and resistance line. Okay, does that make sense so far? Okay, so let's go over questions. Ronald, hope you're right. I hope so too. I hope so too. Jordan, so we do not need exhaustion candles for this strategy. Oh, yes we do. Yes we do. Yes we do. What we have here is what we call an exhaustion candle lookalike. Okay. If this actually forms like a proper exhaustion, okay, if it properly forms like an exhaustion, we know a couple things. One, this area here is quite strong. It's holding in the market for quite some time. It also held in the market from yesterday from going long, or longer, sorry. You can see the tail here. If we go back in time and take a look at this area, like what is this area? You will probably see support and it acting as resistance in the past. If the market has gone that high, just a second, I'll just confirm. No. Okay. Looking at your other pairs. Now all these other pairs, if they close clearly with a tip, with barely little bit of tail on one side, going the direction together with pound, you're good to go. But as of right now, 3 minutes to candle close, they're all acting up right now. They're all giving you tails on both sides. So indecision so far. Take a look. Pound is no longer looking like an exhaustion anymore. Okay, or an exhaustion look-alike. You might just even get an upside down exhaustion if the time is right. if in the next 3 minutes this closes a little bit sharper lower, you might even just get a trend continuation pattern for a short, an upside down exhaustion. High, lower high, boom. Okay, so eyes on CAD as well. Alright, so that's my reasoning too. Euro USD is too high for long, I hope. Never think like that. When the market trends, it trends non-stop. There is nothing stopping it. So there's no such thing as it's gone too high, too low, and if it does retrace, it'll retrace a little bit before it goes back again, or if it continues to trend again. Okay, Phil2 says maybe urban tower trade. Yes, usually at times like this, you'll get a lot of trades from urban tower strategy. Okay, as per HS and above, bar small relative to previous. Okay. I'm holding them short since yesterday. Oh, ouch. Okay, and so it doesn't have to stick out. Lutek, it does have to stick out. This is a look-alike, and it does not look like it's gonna actually even work because there's only 1 minute to candle close right now, and there's a tail on the bottom that's bigger than the body. Okay, so nothing is confirmed right now. Indecision on Aussie dollar. Indecision New Zealand dollar. Tail on top, tail on bottom. Everything's all equal. Tail, top, bottom, and the candle all equal sizes. Euro yen. Euro yen actually giving you an indication for a long trend continuation pattern. Take a look at that. Big tail on bottom, a body forming towards the top. If you put the candle on top of it, you have your rocket. Okay. I'm going to put that right below here. Bouncing off of support to take it even further. Take a look at that. 3 days worth of support closing above that. Okay, and then finally we take a look at gold, see if gold has any indications. No indications on gold other than it's slowly inching its way up. Okay, does the color for exhaustion candles matter? No, it does not. Is 1,000 pounds good enough to trade this strategy with? It depends. If you're trading micros, yes, it's not a problem at all. Jordan, so if nothing comes up at the candle close and the signals we were looking for comes out 20 minutes later, would you enter? No. Always wait for a candle close. Okay, do you couple Fibo into this pro strategy? No, I do not use Fibonacci into the pro trading strategy. Teman, yes, there is a recording for this, and I will release it by tomorrow. It should be on YouTube for you guys. Please do help me, please rate it and help me share it if you can. I would like to definitely share the strategy as much as I can with everyone. Okay, let's take a look at what the candles did at the close of the hour. Euro yen looking long right about now. New Zealand dollar also looking long. Aussie dollar looking long. Swiss franc indecision. CAD looking short. There we go. We have a direction in the market and it is long. Okay, let's wait for Euro USD to cross above this. Pound is also long. Everything is indicating long. Take a look at how pound ended up closing. You see it was trying to create an exhaustion, but turned around and it closed way towards the top of the candle. Markets have strength for long, and you will probably see it start going up in the next 5 minutes. Okay, Hassan says New Zealand dollar will retrace to pivot, then long, right? Because it's false exhaustion. Okay, let's take a look at New Zealand dollar. Okay, usually there's always going to be a retrace to the nearest support resistance. In this particular case, your retracement should be around this area. This area seems to have support resistance strength. If you can go to the back, you can check what is this level of this yellow line that we've drawn. Okay, see here, pinpoint supports. No bodies coming out of this, only tails. Again, no bodies coming out, only tails. So this line has power. Okay, and you can see it's probably just fooling around from this area. Should get ready to go long. Okay, yes, as mentioned in advanced pro trading strategies. Yes, I think our previous one of support and resistance goes more into detail on how to read candles, like professionally in terms of tails and all that stuff. And Euro Yen has also done its retracement. It bounced back down to our yellow line, which was now acting as support instead of resistance. And that's done. It's getting ready to head for its long. Euro USD slightly inching up over the yellow line, which is the trigger zone. And pound already trying to lead the market. Okay, so the markets are long. Nelson, apart from exhaustion candles, what else can we look out for in price action for trades? What causes correlation? Big hands. Correlation, the reason why you have correlation is because the US dollar is making a movement. The common thing between all of these pairs that I have is the US dollar. Okay, that's the reason why they all move in a similar fashion. Okay, I'm making money. Thanks a lot, Naveen. Are you long, Bartek? Okay, Kevin, how do we decide which pair to exit and all other follow to exit? Okay, Kevin, so let's take a look at this particular pair. Which is the nearest support and resistance line for which pair has the one that's closest? Okay, pound is all the way up here. Okay, PipSurf says CAD. Okay, let's take a look at CAD. Where is CAD? Okay, since CAD is short. Okay, remember this is a, oh, there we go. This is exactly what I was looking for earlier today. A trend continuation pattern, an upside down trend continuation pattern that's bouncing off of a resistance. Okay, so very good for pointing this out for me to do it on live market. Actually, I couldn't find this example in the past. So, lucky guys, lucky guys. Okay, so where is the closest one for this? Let's take a look. This was one area which it already breached. Next area was right here. There's strength here. You can see it's having a hard time cross through. Where's pound at now? Has pound reached? Yes, pound is pretty much reached also towards the tip. Indications for exit. Okay, you can see how it's bouncing back now. So does it make sense? We've actually even taken a trade together with this. Not bad, not bad. Okay, Hassan says, so exhaustion candle of trend continuation, where to go, sorry. Exhaustion candle of trend continuation doesn't have to be bigger than the previous one. No, it does not. Okay, like the CAD. That's correct, like the CAD. When you look at correlation, you will start to understand. When you see patterns, you look at the rest of the market and you're like, okay, it is bouncing off a support or resistance. There is space to move. Things look good. Nathan King, 35 pips, 5 minutes. There you go. Good, very good. All closed. You have a pint on me. Okay, will do. Okay, so any questions? Everyone understand the strategy, the basic of the strategy so far? How to use it? Okay, good. Everyone understand the concept of trend continuation pattern, like upside down exhaustions. Um, have I right about the exhaustion candles? No, there's no articles anywhere. Hassan says, Naveen, could you explain 13th August, 10 a.m.? Okay, sure. What pair would you like to see, Hassan? Raphael, if you guys actually want to create a room where you guys trade the pro trading strategies together on Urban Forex, I would be more than happy to chip in for a nice conference room and where I can pick some senior members who trade this and have you guys all sit and trade together and keep the room open 24 hours. I'm expecting that to happen with Urban Forex as the main chat room and the discussion board. But if you guys really want something like this, where it's a proper conference room, yeah, we can do that. That's not a problem. That might be able to help you guys. Okay. Tony Salta, I have the discount coupon for Forex Watchers, so what do I have to do to join? Okay. As far as I recall from the promotion, first of all, those of you who are not on the waiting list, get onto the waiting list as soon as you can, because you get automatic emails for when to subscribe and stuff. What was the list? It was conference.forexwatchers.com. Um, Once you invite 3 people, you get this early bird promotion thing, which is a coupon that gives you 50% off. But that coupon can only be used in a certain time on Monday for 1 hour. Okay, you get 50% off. If you missed the early bird special, we do have a 5-day sale, which will give you 40% off. And Cyan, this is on monthly or quarterly. It applies to both, but only the quarterly subscriptions have access to the conference room. There is no price difference between both. Quarterly is just 3 times the monthly one, that's all. And I just add in a conference room with the quarterly subscription. Okay, I am in the Eastern time zone. What time interval do you recommend that look for trade on 7 pairs? Walter, you can trade from US, I'm sorry, yes, 3 a.m. all the way onwards to 12 p.m. That is a good time. Can you guys excuse me one moment, please? Hello? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so 3 a.m. all the way down to 12 p.m. Okay. Zeke, will the monthly subscription be having 50% off? Yes, yes, even the monthly subscription. If you guys just want to use the forecast, yes, even you can get access to that. And remember, these rates get locked in. Even if the prices increase, or as long as you don't cancel, these rates will be yours at the 50% rate. Many of the people will already tell you that the rates have gone up quite high in the last 1 week already. And also, we have some conference room members here. You guys can, more than happy to ask them questions, how they like it, and I'm sure they'll tell you. Forex Watchers goes from 3 a.m. until what time? Just a moment, please. Hello? Hello? Okay. Forex Watchers goes from 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time all the way till 7 or 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a 4 to 5 hour conference thing that I have. Okay, that's why I don't charge anything actually extra, because it's only 4 to 5 hours. So it's just 3 months worth of forecasting gets you access to the conference room. Remember, if it's full, it's full. We have, I think, 100 seats, so you guys still should have a chance to get in. We have quite a big waiting list right now. Daniel, it seems that true exhaustion candles are not so frequent. Yes, they are. In fact, take a look at Pound. Pound just might become an exhaustion candle. This current trade right here. We went long, we made money from it. There's a chance for us to make money for a short now. Let's wait and see what happens. Let's Nathan, it was my first time in a conference room today. Definitely worth it, guys. Okay, Tommy, totally agree. Okay, yes, Tommy and Nathan just joined in today. Rolly, exhaustion candle from north to south is when the arrow points to north. How about from north to south? Okay, yeah. Rolly, sorry about that. Let me show you. This is an exhaustion that tells you the market wants to go down. Okay, you obviously have to wait for a candle to close, but something like this. This is it. This tells you it wants to go from, and it's a north uptrend. It wants to turn around and go down. Okay. Okay, Bartek, thanks for another great webinar. Naveen, can't wait to join Forex Watchers. Yes, hopefully I'll see you guys next week. Skip, Naveen, are you saying 50% savings lifetime? Yes. And I thought the trade signal comes out at 2 a.m. It comes out at 3 a.m. It's again, it's not a signal service, guys. It's analysis. We do not tell you exactly when to enter, when to exit. Although I do train you guys in the conference room how to watch things like that. Joginder Bhatti, can I join now or will I have to wait till Monday? I think I'll have to check with the people at Forex Watchers. If they are awake right now, maybe I can have them turn on the coupon for you guys right now if you guys want to actually use the coupon code, because I don't have the coupon code with me. But I think they might be able to turn on. We did some exceptions for some people today. That's why we had 3 new people in the room today. They contacted us directly and said that we need to get in, so we got them in. Rolly, does the color matter? No, it does not matter. Don't worry about the color at all. Pritpal, the candle at 7 a.m. Is that a good continuation candle? Are you talking about this one? Is this the one at 7 a.m.? Okay. Rolly, thanks, Broov. Thanks. Naveen, you trade with FX Pro? Yes. And Pritpal, yes. This is a good trends continuation pattern. Okay, Kevin, can you repeat the 4 rules to identify an exhaustion candle? Yes, of course. The 4 rules are: rule number 1, it must be in a trend. Rule number 2, the tail must stick out. Okay, rule number 3, the body must close within the entire previous candle. And finally, rule number 4, the exhaustion candle should be bigger than the previous candle. Okay. Also, Kevin, if you want, you can always look for this video. Just type Pro Trading Strategy Basics tomorrow on YouTube, or you can go to our Urban Forex YouTube channel and just find it there. It'll be there tomorrow. Robert, Naveen, what's a good US broker to use? If you're in the US, use FXCM or Gain Capital, which is forex.com. They're pretty decent. They're big. They're regulated. They're pretty good. I've used them before. Every broker gives you their hanky pankies. Don't worry about it. We're not in the business to scalp. As long as you're not scalping, you're okay. Any broker will do. Okay, just make sure they're big. As long as they're big, you know, they do less hanky panky stuff because they get caught very easily. Okay, thanks a ton for the strategy. Gonna pray for exhaustion candles in church. You're very welcome, Raphael. Rolly, what about me? I need the coupon to get in and subscribe, please. Okay, Rolly, why don't you ask one of these guys for the coupon code? Otherwise, you can join the waiting list. Do you guys want to join today? Is that what you guys want to do? Should I actually call up Forex Watchers and tell them to open up the coupon for a little bit? Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me see. I can call them right now. Yeah, Samira, you know that early bird special thing? Yeah, go ahead and activate that for the next hour. Yeah, I got some people who want to join right now. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and activate it for an hour. All right, guys. It should be open in an hour. Give it like 5 minutes, and then take a look at it again and try it. Ryan, show me your actual account, and I will join. Ryan, I have nothing to prove to anybody. Everything is open. The people from the conference room are actually in this room. You can also go on to our videos. We have videos as well. Okay. Where we actually take the trades in front of you. There's nothing to be hidden here. Everything's transparent. Okay. Nelson, I've sent out an invitation but did not receive any coupon. Where can I join from? I guess you guys have to discuss amongst each other if you guys want to, share the coupon codes or whatnot. I really don't want. I should stop the recording. Give me a second here. Let me just. Okay, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. This was urbanforex.com on Wednesday, August 22nd, and if you guys have any questions, join urbanforex.com, and we have a chat room there, and we will help you out there. Be sure to join the waiting list if you're not on the waiting list.